Hey you guys, Amanda here, Rebels Against Government, ON, because we don't like nuts in our government. I went to name transformations, and it really made me remember something from 2007. Yeah, I'm going to go back that far. I'm that old, you guys. Anyway, if you're thinking about surgery in Mexico, I just want to I don't want to say I want to advise you not to do it, but I want to tell you my personal story, okay? Um, 2003, I was bitten by a black widow spider and almost died. And then I was bitten by a snake and almost died. And then I went through some turmoil with an ex-husband and some statements my son made, and State Farm left, and I had some fraud at college. It was just a whole bunch of crazy stuff. Okay, so 2007, I'm overweight. I was working in a law firm. I was a paralegal. I was working. I was making money and supporting my family. But my mother wanted to send me for a lap band procedure. Okay, and it was $10,000. I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to spend that money, but she talked me into it, and I went with this group called Transformations in West Monroe, okay? And I'm not saying anything bad about the group, because basically it was people that wanted to go, that they went through them, and, it was kind of like a safety thing. But when we get there, okay, we get off the plane in Los Angeles, we go across the border, we go to Costa Rica, okay. I bought a bottle of rum as a souvenir, but after the flood of 2016, it was missing. Anyway, we went across the border, we went into the place where we were to have our procedures done. These guys did not speak English, okay? So all I know is I went in this room, and I get on the table, and they're talking to each other. They're not talking to me. Like, I have no idea what's going on. And next thing I know, I wake up and I can't breathe. Okay? They had already done the procedure. Well, we had to walk across the border after having these procedures. Now, these were laparoscopic. They cut a hole and went in and put the lap band in or whatever. Okay, I get across the border, get on the plane, and get back to Louisiana. And on one of the planes on the way back, you guys, was a little bitty plane, and we're going through a thunderstorm. I mean, it was scary as hell. Anyway, I get off the plane in Monroe, Louisiana, and I go home, right? And it was about a month. I lost some weight because I absolutely could not eat. I was sick. I was sick as a dog. I ended up having to go to Dr. Spires and get medication because it got so badly infected, you guys. I almost died. Like, it was seriously bad. I paid for it for 3 years. Every year I got income tax, I had to send that money to my mama. I ended up giving her about $2,000 more than what I owed her. But anyway, I got her paid off. But I paid for something that never worked. Like, it literally never worked. And when we got our stimuluses, I actually went and tried to utilize it. I tried to get some saline put in it or whatever, which, it's been years, so I didn't know if it was going to work or not. And it didn't. Like, they put the biggest band you could possibly put in there, and like a 7cc, I think, and it had slipped. I went to the chiropractor here recently, and it's down here at the very bottom of my stomach. I can't get anybody to take it out because it was put in Mexico. And I don't know now. I mean, that's been 2007 because I literally got a passport. I thought I was going to have a passport to go to Mexico, and I didn't. Like, I didn't need one. But it it wasn't a good idea. I 1000% regret it now. Not only did not work, I wasted $10,000 in 3 years of income tax return. It got infected and damn near killed me. So I'm against it. Now, I've heard a lot of people talking about going down there for surgical procedures and stuff like that, cosmetic surgery. But I've heard of a lot of people getting infections and getting really sick too. So I'm just saying, me personally, I would never do it again. It was one of the biggest mistakes in my life, and I wish I hadn't let people talk me into it. Hell, I was able to lose weight on my own, and during that time, I was on medication that I shouldn't have been on. I am 100% happier, healthier, and more content not taking any medications, not having any procedures. I'm firmly against it now. And I just wanted to relay my experience for anyone that is considering going outside the United States for a procedure. I don't recommend it, you guys. I mean, it could have just been a bad event for me, but another lady that went with us to Mexico during that trip through Transformations, she equally was as sick as me. Matter of fact, I think she ended up dying about a year later. I was fortunate I didn't die, and Dr. Spires actually helped me. It got so infected, you guys, one day when this is gross. This is gross, okay? I was at work one day, and I sat down, and that stuff busted, and it shot across the room. And I'm not talking about a little bit. I'm talking about a gob. And I just got weak. I about went to the floor. It was a serious infection. And I don't know what they did to me when I was asleep. I have no idea. They didn't even warn me and tell me they were putting me to sleep. And when I woke up, I couldn't breathe. It was like I was dead and I come back to life, and it was pretty severe. I mean, like, I would at least want somebody that speaks English telling me what's fixing to happen to me so that I'm halfway prepared and I realize that they're about to, like, knock me into oblivion and me not know what's going on, because I was not in any way, shape, form, or fashion prepared for it. And then having to walk across the border after having that done, and then getting the infection I got, not to mention the wasted money. And today, I still have the issue because I don't have the funds to get this thing removed. It's just down there pushing on stuff it ain't supposed to be pushing on. Like, I have an x-ray of it, and I know it's in there, and it ain't doing me no good. Like, it was a waste of money. It was a waste of 3 years income tax returns, I can tell you that. But I just wanted to put that out there. I thought about it, and, you know, that memory got jogged in my head for a reason. There's somebody out there thinking about going to Mexico for surgery, and I advise against it. You do what you want to do, and you can come on this video and say, oh, I had an awesome time, and it did it. Okay. I'm happy for you. I wouldn't recommend it from my personal experience, and I can safely say I can speak for the other woman that went that time too, because I don't think she's alive to say anything about it. Y'all have a good night.